Welcome, ladies and gents, to FACEIT TV. We are back for the North American FACEIT League, and it's going to be eLevate and CLG kicking things off on Nuke.
Tarik's back as well.
Tarik's back. That's pretty good news because they were playing with subs, and they didn't look close to the same team with their it's just people subbing for them. So it's good that they have a lineup that they have practiced with, that they've gone to LAN with.
Hello, America.
Hi. What was that about, James? That was rather random.
I just wanted to be a bit newsreaderish. Hello, America. Good night and good luck. Someone says that.
We're not ending the show.
Suit on.
Yeah, but
I
couldn't think have to say my name.
I couldn't think of an inspirational hello. I have to say your name.
I have to say your name. So I'm James Bardolph, for example.
And welcome to America. Ooh, these are pretty tight odds.
Yeah, they are indeed.
50%, basically, pretty much. It's exactly the same, actually, across the gaming bets from CSGO now. It's not every day you see that. Exactly the same percentage. If you are just joining us, we hit 400,000 followers today, guys. Guys and girls. We did 2 attempts at Dragon Lore today.
I think girls watch this show, James.
And if you are wondering what we got an M4 an M4 X-ray, and the second one was an Orc Chameleon. LOL. We gave them away. People actually took them as well.
That's quite funny because it's like hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
I know, we spent
and then you get something that's worth £2.
We spent the equivalent to like $600 on some M4A1 S Knight, and then random other crap. Got Orc Chameleon. Let's go.
All right, so
Nuke, Dan. We've seen Nuke again. Well, we've seen Nuke almost 5 times in the last week.
Well, we say again, but it's been a while since we did NA. I can't remember the maps we had last time we did NA. I don't think we landed on a Nuke though. But CLG and eLevate, I don't know. I think actually
how do you get to Nuke in a best of 1?
I
just can't imagine this is an ideal situation. But CLG with an ideal start on the CT side, Dan. They're counter-terrorists, Dan. They're trying to create peace, but with guns. That's what they're doing.
Well, the thing I don't get is really the terrorists trying to blow up this nuclear silos.
In my hood. In my hood.
They're trying to blow up weapons, James. They're the good guys. Here we go. eLevate going to be starting things off with an outside push. You can see the wall of smokes there. They can get themselves freely into that secret area. Wow, hazed actually does pick off one with the little spam from up heaven. And, well, that's a little bit of damage done. But eLevate's still going to be rocking the vents, rocking the long area, the control room, and they're going to go straight for the plant. So looking pretty dandy for them. Oh, what's going on? Tarik's sitting in the smoke! Tarik coming in with a knife! Oh my god. He went with the slashing as well. It's like slash, slash, stab. You're dead. And
that smoke was a bit too close to the door, I think, for a plant. But
it was a little bit too close to the door. But anyway, Tarik's a hero. He got a knife. Got CLG now, 2-on-2. The bomb is down still. Needs to be planted by eLevate. They've got some time to do so, but they've got no nades and they are fairly pinned down at the moment. Looks like EliGE is going to definitely alleviate the situation as now FNS is in a 1-on-1 against EliGE. And it's looking great now for FNS. He's got the bomb by his feet as well, and there you go. They're going to win the round. But you know what? Tarik got a knife, so GG.
Tarik got a knife, which means they could have a round 3 AWP.
Yeah.
But he's actually going to splash the cash. hazed, though, hasn't spent anything yet. 36.50 in the bank. And Peter going with a scout, so they're just going to get the money in there.
They had a lot of money there. Oh, yeah.
So double scouts here for eLevate.
I like this.
Are they both going to go outside? We're going to see some ramp shenanigans. Both outside. So 2 scouts versus 1. Peter there with a more passive position. Look at the advance of the terrors outside. Cutler going to cut the first one down. No pun intended. EliGE sent flying as well. I'm not even sure if that gun's going to be retrievable. I don't know if he has to scout there. FNS gets dinked with P250, but no kills yet for the terrorist side. Storm, I think they are trying to retrieve the P250, the scout. Indeed they are. So it did fall onto the roof. At least they have that.
Yeah, the objective here is just to get the damage done onto the CT lineup. And there you go, Storm is going to be able to pick off 1. And it should never, ever be the case that they're able to plant the bomb. So it would be really nice to force a bunch of rebuys, though. It really would. Because when eLevate come in with their buy in a couple rounds' time, if they're able to actually win that round or do a lot of damage, they're going to get ahead economically. So that's going to give them easier rounds and more momentum in the match. And let's see if they can get that extra bit of damage. We've got Rush running around with the Tech 9 in his hand by Ramp. He's still got the bomb. There's 20 seconds left. He's going to go up the ladder here, and they're going to hear him. He's actually, is he really going to try to do this? He's pulling out the Tech 9. I don't think he came off the ladder though. And he's going to go down, and then you got one frag out of that, which is actually quite remarkable considering all the attempts at damage that they took.
Peter likes to come into our chat. He's a subscriber in FACEIT TV chat. He comes in and just spams. He spams his emotes.
He's a friendly fellow. He came up to me at Aspen a few times for a chat, a friendly chat.
I think we need to make dual Beretta emotes so he can put them next to his head. I don't know if you saw that Photoshop where he was holding.
Yeah, that was actually amazing. That was a really.
Yeah.
We're talking about Photoshop. Peter just rolls for jewels. IRL.
Right, so we've got a charge into Secret here from the Terrors. Tarik going to try and keep that Mag 7 alive. If that falls into the wrong hands, that could be devastating here for the CT side. Cutler going to stop the plant from happening. Bomb is on the floor at the moment. Roca going to take out one of the players here. Here's a second one to Cutler as well. And the Mag 7 is, after all, in the hands.
Oh my god, he's got 3 now. That's 3 kills with that P250. That is brutal. Lots of damage done. And Rush coming in from the back with the mag, but he doesn't get the kill.
That was an epic fail from him. That could have been a round-winning frag there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it would have kept his teammate alive as well, made it 2v1.
Yep. And at worst case, he would have been in a one-on-one with Peter not being able to defuse because the guy's messing him about in the.
I got to be honest with you, Dan. I think I'm top 3 in the world with a Mag 7.
Nope. Hey, you know what? I'm beating you in the fantasy league, so GG.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, Dan, Na'Vi have only played 1 game, and I've got 2 of their players on my team. So when they come in, with the Na'Vi extravaganza, Dan, I'm going to be all over you in that league.
I don't think so. I don't think you have a chance.
I'm going to crush you.
No. I will crush you. I will break you.
You're not Ivan Drago, mate. All right. We're in the squeaky area.
I wish I was that handsome.
Liza.
We do have the AWP in the hands of Peter now, and we know how dangerous that can be. But he is on the outside, and he's got a teammate who is covering. And if they do actually go for the wall of smokes, they do have that vision over the top thanks to the guy on the outer catwalk. So it's quite a cool setup, actually. Indeed, they're going to have the wall of smokes, going to be able to peer over that. But the flash is actually forcing him back a little bit, and he's going to be able to take the frags. He gets a quick response to the guy pushing Secret. That's really well done by EliGE. Going to get his team down there for just a bit of damage, and killing the Tarik is certainly going to help matters greatly. And looks like EliGE just suicided. No big deal. Nothing to see here. As we do have the lower site occupied. Lurker eliminated by hazed. Perhaps a little bit of a premature movement there from him. However, 2 players still left here for eLevate. Put that bomb down. That's one killed by Cutler. Sorry, by Storm. And he gets the second 2 onto FNS. So looking pretty decent here considering, but they will go down in the end. But that said, they got the bomb planted. And they've done a lot of damage.
He shouldn't be defusing. Okay, I was going to say he should be giving his teammate time to get the AWP, but the AWP was not far away at all, and he did manage to retrieve it very quickly indeed. Oh so there's that there for the CTs. They will be able to rebuy it, but again, their money it's still early on. It's still early on, but their money is not going to be sparkling after this purchase.
No, Hayes is like their personal bank there with that 10k. Everyone else on like 4k.
He's a deal or no deal guy. He's the banker on the other end of the phone. But he's feeling generous, Dan. He's going to spread the wealth.
I actually don't think he did. He bought for himself. But right, so considering the bomb plant, eLevate have another buy up their sleeves, but they are going to need to do either ginormous damage in this round or just win it. Otherwise, CLG are going to start to build that bank, and they're going to be far away from an eco, and that's really what these teams want badly. To win around, put them into that eco situation. Now FNS is going to have to move back as Ramp is under control now from eLevate. And it is it's a slight response here from CLG. They know that eLevate are not fully committed down just yet, but they are slowly moving, and now Tarik's going to spot them as they go in. But they don't have long. That is in control of CLG. So you can see to the left there, Roca There's a player there, and there he is. Oh wow, EliGE, how did he get that kill onto FNS? At least there is cover from Cutler to take the trade and keep control of that ever important long area. As Storm is looking down the doors and roca through the window. Xp3 is going to take down the player in the vents, and there it is. roca controlling long room now, and it's just down to Peter and a 1-on-2 after that quick frag. But the bomb is going to go back up, it would seem.
Oh, the bomb's stuck behind the silo, actually.
Oh, is that the bomber? Okay, right.
Yeah, is Xp3 going for a flank? No, he's stuck in the vents. This is awkward here. Peter switching up to an AK. Ooh, just trying to snap that. There's a brazen plant there by Storm.
That's a good nade, actually. Wow, that was a very solid nade.
That's a glorious nade.
And there you go, gets the finish.
That is the nade of champions, Dan.
So he knows exactly where the last player is. Storm behind the doors on Toxic. But is he to the left? Is he to the right? Actually going to go for the smoke, and Storm is going to feel pressure potentially to go through it. But he's actually... Oh, he does go through, but Peter doesn't quite get the frag. He actually had somewhat of an advantage in that situation. As... well, I mean, don't have to explain that one, really, but...
The plan was good, Dan.
That smoke put him in advantage with the time left on the bomb.
And now their money's been broken.
Now their money has been broken.
Like
indeed.
Bane in the sewers, they have broken the bat. Now he's walking with a crutch and all sorts.
But you know, they can still. I mean, they can still stabilize away from this. They still have something to work with. Of course, it's a little bit scrappy. But Norp on Peter, if they do dare challenge him on ramp, because Peter's been all over the place. He's actually been mixing up his position. So if they're like, you know, guys, let's just avoid Peter. Let's try to avoid the AWPer that could potentially be there.
Well,
Let's not go outside. But he's actually around this time, so might just get the drop on them. But he's going to reveal his position, and that might actually disincentivize them into hitting ramp right now, unless they've got some more nades to work with. But let's see, they're being quite coy in that area, and eLevate's being down.
Do they have anybody outside?
No one's on the outside.
No, because I was wondering why Peter's being so passive in this area, but it's because they have no information as to what's going on outside.
That's
I
okay
wonder
though.
if they are they covered by in heaven as well or not? So hazed could technically just get overrun here once the T's find out exactly where the CTs are playing.
Ooh, Cutler doesn't drop down in time, and it's okay for Peter to be there in the long area, because you can see now that they put it down, he can turn around, and he's got a good angle. He barely has to move even. And look at this, he's going to be able to defend this like a champ. And he's going to just be shutting the door back on eLevate as they try to open it. He shuts it. As they try to open it, he shuts it, then gets the shot. They can't break through. Oh, Peter, great flick there. And we've got roca left, but Peter's going to demolish him as well. One-man show from the AWPer, Peter.
Absolute annihilation there. Great abuse of the angles, and that shows you why it's so important to hold the area. Some people call long, some people call control. Obviously,
I call it long.
This area we generally call long, and then this area can be called part of long or control.
Control.
You know, either or.
What does it control?
But that shows the power it controls, Dan. I don't know, it's in German. Maybe we should ask the Germans what that means.
I don't know what that means. We have a German in the building, so perhaps we can request his assistance.
You there, German. What does this mean? It's a conversation we need to have, Dan. We need to make demands.
That will happen. Demands will be made.
Right, so we've got multiple T's outside. It's their turn to eco now. You saw CLG had a fantastic force buy in the previous round. Only dropped one round so far despite their financial difficulties. FNS needs to get out of there. Oh, no trade frags going to come in. Oh, it actually is from the Mac area, so gets there in the end. What is it the Americans call that? Used to be, some people call it Mac because of older versions of the game.
In source, it
also
had,
called
it had,
Warehouse.
it had Mac written on it. I always
but they call it, I'm sure they call it something else.
I've always called it Garage.
They call Main Mini,
Garage.
Right? They call Main Mini.
Yeah, they call Main Mini.
Right.
I don't know why.
Someone tell us in the chat. I knew, but I've forgotten what the Americans call it.
It's a garage, James, or a garage.
It's a garage. House and garage.
It's a garage.
Shout outs to Todd Edwards. roca getting a bit lost there. Thought he had to go into the van, but I'm sure that's not part of the drill for Team eLevate. I think eLevate should have like a spin-off line of like winter jackets.
They do have a fantastic logo.
Yeah, we should stop gushing about that. It's terrible.
It's gorgeous. I would buy it. I think it would go well on a beanie as well. But anyway, we've got the upper push coming in, and eLevate looking good here so far on the entry. They've gotten themselves through Squeaky, but there it is. Tarik with the spray down. He's got two players in his sights, takes them down, and eLevate bunching up here, all getting cut down, going through the grinder. and it's not going to work out so well for them. A little bit disjointed, perhaps needing some extra flashes, or rather some flashes to be placed a little bit better there, because CLG largely were not blinded at all, rather. Should enunciate my words, otherwise people won't be able to understand what I'm saying, James. It's a problem. My mum always told me off for that. She said, don't mumble. Enunciate your words.
Enunciate.
Enunciate.
Oh, yes. Your mother's lovely, by the way.
I know. I think so, also. I think... the thing.
Wow.
I don't know where this is going. Anyway. You're a dealer of truth, sir.
Nice.
And Tarik is a dealer of death. Let's take down EliGE through the door. And obviously there's not much that they can try to accomplish here. Obviously the objective will be to get some economic damage done, as they did invest in the pistols. So they keep keeping themselves within the realms of a decent buy in the following round. 7-1 now the score, and of course this is something that you would expect on a map like Nuke. It's having quite an advantage, but look at that, good kill coming in. Cutler able to get the spray down on 2 players though. Third one to challenge him, and will he be able to get some extra damage? Yes, he will. Storm going to be able to make it so that they have taken down 2 of the CTs now. So how are they looking on the monies? So it looks very good for them still.
Ooh, yeah, they've got they've got chunks down. They've got chunks on 2 of their players. hazed though still not dropping for his teammates. Gonna just sit on that 8700.
When I'm in hazed position and I died, I actually asked to drop.
Look at this. FNS has got $350 in the bank, and hazed has got like 9,000, which is not a good use of money management. Because while FNS could buy nades on this occasion, that's not always going to be the case later on. So better to spread the money out evenly among your teammates so they can always buy the equipment they need.
Alright, so eLevate now, trying to get some outside control. But there is a man in secret here for CLG, and it's going to be Cutler. Able to spray down 1 and fall all the way back. He spots the bomber. Peter now through the smoke, going to be able to pick up a frag as well. Not a lot to be done here, it would seem, as they make their way down secret, other than to barrel through the pain and the
CTs would have seen that the bomb is down outside as well, but there's only 3 left for either side, so things are going to get more difficult. Going to be harder to contain your map control.
Yep.
Obviously, CT's going to have to play for trade frags as well. Another failed nade. You just continue every day.
Embarrassing. This is embarrassing. What am I watching? Is this the Amateur League? I don't mean that. I'm just joking. But we do have, of course...
They're all downstairs, the Ts.
Yeah, the thing is, of course, you know, we have the CTs on the high positions on the upper side. Obviously, they can drop down so quickly. The problem is, though, eLevate can have the bodies in vents, and that's going to be a big problem for CLG for their fast rotate from the upper bomb site. Because we've got 2 players that kind of need to go through vents. FNS is the only one who's not really going to be needing to go through vents, as he's already there from ramp side. So this is a good choice of positioning from eLevate. They actually stick around in that area, and they are indeed. Xp3 going to pick up Peter. And in fact, now finally hazed is going to drop down the vents, and he's going to be able to get the kill as well. He gets 2. Xp3 goes down, and now it's just a 1-on-1, but FNS has 1 HP. You are joking. I do not believe that CLG pulled that round out of the bag. What an expertly... Well, that was just great.
Yeah, well, it was. I mean, eLevate had 2 players on the site and 1 player on the vents. Yes. The player on the vents got taken out pretty swiftly from the vent drop by one of the CLG players.
hazed.
And the other 2
He's on
were
your
exposed.
team, isn't he? No, or is it? No, it's on.
Relix is on my team.
It's on producer Reese's team.
Oh, he's got 2 players from one of these teams on his dream team, and then 1 player from the other team on his dream team.
Producer Reese is going to be kicking.
And he actually said he doesn't know who he wants to win. Obviously, he wants the team with 2 players to win as opposed to the team with 1.
I want the better team.
But they need to have positive scores.
I want the best team to win.
I'm glad to hear that, Dan.
So now we have another play for outside control, but Cutler's moved close this time, and he does pick up 2 behind the smoke. Love that aggressive smoke from the CTs. We saw the wall of smoke from eLevate, but CLG are like, nope, we're going to smoke you at the crates and then spam you down. And it's really making their effort to get outside control very, very difficult indeed. The bomb is now dropped as they didn't want to give up on it. roca's going to be able to take down hazed. They know that all the players are there, and wow, roca gets Tarik as well from the silo.
Look how exposed the bomb is, though.
Yeah,
1v2. How's he going to do this? Excuse my coughing.
All right, so...
What are you giggling at?
Well, you. course.
37 seconds on the clock. Is he gonna try it? Where's he gonna go? Okay, Peter's up there. FNS is here. FNS may, yeah, you can see he hears him running. He knows his positioning. Peter's adjusting as well for main. Very good play.
Oh, I think he saw a pixel. However, he may have given his position away with some stepping as well, but he won't know he's up on the hut. Oh no, this is embarrassing. He saw him just creeping out the window. Does get eliminated. So 10-1, and eLevate struggling to put more rounds on the board. Again, they just need to get 2 or 3. 1 is not really sufficient. 2 or 3 would really be... Okay, 3. Let's get 3. Let's go, eLevate. Come on, I believe. Get 3 rounds, make it doable after winning the pistol. Come on, let's
Nuke best of 1.
You know what was amazing?
It's hard, isn't it? It's
the
hard.
DreamHack. Well, we'll go back into this. We have a fast round here with the upper rush from eLevate. EliGE already going to pick off hazed. That's good going there from eLevate with this play. And look, there you go. roca picks up another one. It's looking really good now. roca finding himself more and more kills. This guy has really been beasting it for his team. As we've got Cutler and Peter left over for CLG. And really, against 4 players in a spot like this, it's going to be a bit of a tricky situation. As Cutler does take down Storm on the distance towards the vents. Now Peter going to go in. Now they're hopefully preoccupied, distracted by the player above. That's going to give Peter an opening. But no! Let's get taken out by EliGE and Xp3. And we are going to get around there for eLevate as they go 10-2. So it's happening. But I was going to say about your Nuke best at one point. We casted a group for the last major, wasn't it? And I don't think you were there. I think it was me and Avela. But it was veto, then random between the last 5 maps or something. And we got Nuke like 6 or 7 times. In the best of ones randomed out of so many maps. It's ridiculous.
That must have been brutal. I'm glad.
It was brutal. It really was.
I was a DreamHack for that one and not here.
It was brutal.
It's another failed nade. I'm not sure if that one was deliberate or not, actually. It could have been deliberate, but I think it's unlikely. I don't know if it would have gone far enough to be effective. Everyone's gone dirt with grenades recently, honestly.
Maybe Valve.
Oh, that spray.
They've changed the physics secretly. Oh, he's fighting back. He's fighting back. He actually, did he win? No. He's got 76.
Yeah, I can't see him winning with that gun. Especially with the limited bullets as well. Like, it's not even worth... Oh, roca, please. He's really on point at the moment. Despite only winning 2 rounds on eLevate.
I'm going to buy this guy. He's going to go in my fantasy team. Sorry, Daps.
Well, he's kind of 50-50 at the moment. 13 and 12.
Sorry, Daps. All right, Peter there. He's going to be able to do some good damage to roca. He's down to 45 now. You can see him, Peter making quick use of the wall bang through the corner, the bottom corner of the box there, just momentarily. But he's down to long again, or control room. As Rush and Storm have made their way towards Hell, so Xp3 providing them the cover that they need, and the distraction as well with that AWP. And you look at this, I think CLG are pretty well set up to deal with this, but Tarik's on a pistol, a 5.7, and the rest of his team, well, the 3 remainders have rifles, and there's 1 who's already dead. So it's looking good until Cutler came into play as they move their way down onto the actual bomb site itself. So exposed, no control of any of the long area or anything, and they basically just ran single file in towards the bomb spot.
Is he gonna try and get some frags?
Well, I would hope to see at least him trying to keep this AWP alive, because considering how broke they must surely be, this is going to be pretty important for them, because they recently won a round, remember, James, so their money bonus got reset. So now they have, even though they got the bomb down, look how little money they have after that, because they would have got, with the plus the bomb, they would have got only $2,200 out of that round. So that's really rough, and they're going to force it up.
This knife reminds me of like blueberry yogurts. I don't like it.
You mean yogurt?
Yogurt.
Yogurt. Xp3 going to take down Peter outside. That's a great shot. Very fast on the draw. And roca this time going to go down to finesse and
punish that trace of fire.
Exactly. The AKs, when you're shooting through, you've got to be cognizant that your bullets are going to reveal your position with the tracer through the smoke. So that's really what made it easy there for finesse. So CLG now with a good grip of the situation. They know that eLevate are outside with the bulk of their players. Bulk of the lineup. They just have to reposition around it. And they've so far been decent at doing so. However, Heaven might be a little bit of a weakness here. We can see that hazed is on the upper site. And eLevate's looking to potentially boost somebody up, maybe? I think, oh, they already did, I think, yeah. I think they already boosted somebody up there. There it is. Look at this, he's going for the angle, but pop, there it is. Cutler gets the shot at the rush, and it's a 3-on-3 all of a sudden.
Right, got the T's rotating towards the B sides at the moment. 3 versus 3, and again, it's Tarik in control of long, but he gets taken out. Now that's an opportunity for the T's to go for a fast plant, but Cutler now, they know his presence is in the vents. That's going to make things harder, but they're still committing to it. Only 20 seconds on that clock. The bomb down now. Now the pressure's on the CT. Storm going to leave his end dry. I think Xp3 is on the stairs of long, looking towards secret/vents.
This is actually the perfect setup for them. Playing between the two doors and the window. So it's going to be incredibly difficult. They know Storm isn't toxic. And there it is. He just has to close the door again. Wait for the defuse sound. And then Xp3. Oh, wow. They actually take him down. But Xp3 with a timely shot on the distraction. Gets the tag. Just at 13 points of health left on the last player. And the Glock with the burst will do the job. And
he knew he hit him as well. That's awesome.
eLevate. They get the third round.
Okay, so it's the last round of the first half, as you can see there in big bold letters. And look at this limited buy coming out from CLG. Mag 7 again. This time it's going to be Cutler throwing it over to Tarik, see if he can do any more damage. He's throwing it to Peter, in fact. And it's going to be Tarik with the 5-7 again. Maybe he'll be standing in the hut like he was on a previous Force Buy/Eco. We'll see. Only one M4 here. Hazed with the Deagle. Lots of smoke into the hut area. There's a fair few nades remaining here for CLG, mainly flashes. We'll see how it goes. Got a challenge outside. Cutler, the man with the M4, is going to be in secret. He could do lots of damage here, but he's not going to get a single frag. That's the only rifle they had down. Trade coming in there from Tarik. Tarik with another frag as well. And I would love for GoTV to put us in the right place to see these kills. Ooh, I felt that one here from England.
England.
I love a Mag 7 frag. It just feels... It sounds glorious, Dan. Sounds glorious.
Right, Rock is in a 1-on-2 now, though. Can he also be the creator of glory? Looks like he won't. FNS is going to take him down as they go 12-3. And that's definitely a good scoreline. A strong scoreline. But eLevate with 3 rounds have given themselves something to work with. So they just have to obviously get the pistol under lock. And then all will be well for them. Well, hopefully for them at least. From their perspective. But CLG... what do they have in store here? I mean, to me, CLG definitely is a team that has such strong aimers that I would definitely love to see just the chaos, the Glocks just running together as a pack, and see what they can do with that. But perhaps they have a bit of a strategy.
Looks like it might be a straight A rush here. EliGE though with the first headshot to start the proceedings. Some revenge here from CLG. Picks up the USP as well. It's going to be less bullets though in a rush situation. Not sure if that's exactly what he wanted, but never mind. One-man advantage here for the T. Things going to slow down. The flash comes in from a teammate. The CT's going to try and push. Rush is going to take down FNS. 3 versus 3. Bomb not down yet, but a minute 10 on the clock. Another headshot there from Cutler. Only Storm remains versus 3. Again, it is a pistol round. All he requires is headshots. But he's not going to make them. And it's going to be a massacre up in heaven for the CTs. And this game could be over in 1 or 2 minutes.
Which kind of round do you think they are going to look at to actually bring this back? Because with this kind of a situation where their economy's screwed, they basically don't really get to buy. That's like not really on the cards for them. This is just going to be forced out repeatedly, and as we can see here, they're going to rely on a shot. They've got a big pump of Roca. They've got obviously the scout and rush. And CLG are making the right moves here. They're moving together as a pack. They're locking down. They've got a player who's like super defensive on lobby. He's so defensive on it. He's outside of it. Now rotating back around to outside to rejoin his teammates. So CLG are basically playing correctly to counter what eLevate have to throw at their opponents right now. And so it's smart though. eLevate, you know, working with what they can, trying to stick to those close ranges. And at the moment, CLG are yet to encounter them, but soon. They are going to meet the might of the pistols here. So can we get a good frag here or two from eLevate with these pistols at work? No, looks like CLG are going to take down EliGE straight away. So they've got control of the ever-important control room. And now we've got Tarik going in to take control of the vent room as well. Really catching them off guard. It doesn't feel like they even have much of a chance here, but even the Nova from the back is not going to be enough to actually do any damage. So they're even survivable players at the moment. So you have Xp3 now coming in. Let's see what he can pull off here, but really at best case really is for him to actually save this into the next round. So I mean, they basically did the best job that they could try to do with what they had going for them. But with CLG and their mindfulness of the situation, they're able to limit their losses to nothing, essentially. Or, no, there you go. So cleaned up, and it will be another round there for CLG. So 14-3, pretty dominant scoreline, but this is the beast that is Nuke. This is why you avoid Nuke in a best of one. And then we got the full save coming from eLevate again. So they're going for nades actually, so they are going to just buy up here. They don't want to go and play for overtime. I think there would be some teams that would actually have gone for that kind of a play, but eLevate aren't fond of waiting. They want to play for that overtime instead. They want to try to win the rounds now. So pistol armor all around, even some nades. There you go, Roca. He's been really on point for them, especially with the P250. There was that one round where he was looking really, really good, getting like, I think it was 3 P250 frags, but going to be opening up things for his team here as well with the Deagle. So CLG now trying to stick together, move through to ramp. One next, a whiff of damage. He's going to get committed here, just taking peeks, him and his teammate, and then falling back. It's a smart play from eLevate, trying to force CLG into angles that play better for them. Look how cautious CLG are being at the moment. So moving it down together. And eLevate are lying in wait here. We've got one in window, we've got one in toxic. So they smoke off, they smartly smoke off EliGE actually, and they're even going to get through the glass there. And I think that was because the grenade actually illuminated EliGE just for the moment. And Storm comes out, does get the bomber, and he gets a second long-range headshot. It's a 3-on-1 all of a sudden. And Rush and Xp3 left on very low health, just barely picking up the frag Peter, but he won't pick up the round. It'll be Rush that does finish him off. So I think eLevate really showed a very smart and disciplined play there. Obviously showing the execution as well. But CLG now in with another buy. What have they got in store here? It's a good handful of nades, but not fully stocked. eLevate finally looking not comfortable, but a bit healthier. 3 FAMASes to work with. Here we go, just CLG taking it slow at the moment, trying to keep any aggressions at arm's length just at the start of the round, and just wait out those counter grenades as well and see what they can find out about their opponents. Because they know that eLevate must be low on grenades. They know their economy must be pretty weak. So the longer they wait and the more they can kind of play with eLevate, the stronger an eventual push will become, as long as they don't lose too many people in the effort. And now we can see they kind of cleared out the radio area, put a little bit of pressure into radio and ramp, and now they're going outside. And all together, look at this. If a CT faces them, they're going to be facing 4 players at once. So there's Xp3. He's going to spot them just as they're going down to secrets. That was a really key peek there from Xp3. Now they have confirmed, and the communication should be there so they can all rotate to try to actually defend against this. CLG move really fast now, straight onto the plant. They want that really, really quickly, get the time onto the CTs, but the frags should be coming in. Here we go. Trades. It's one a team. One going to go down. The fight for the vents is going to go to CLG. As Peter can't get the plant in time. Rush really coming in, but now it's down to Xp3. He's got 3 HP. Only 3 HP. And a FAMAS. Don't really like his chances here. And unlike 1.6, it's not so easy to go for the wall bangs here. He's close though, so it's a good effort. But he's going to try to keep that FAMAS alive. Definitely a problematic situation to say the least for eLevate. Their money is definitely going to be pretty darn low. So they're going to have to force up again after this one and see what they can get done. Obviously last time they were able to pull it off, but it was incredibly close. As CLG obviously know exactly the situation that eLevate are constantly in. They know they're going to be forcing up. They know they'll likely be on pistols. We saw previously when they understood that, they played it exactly correctly. So we'll be expecting the same from CLG, to be honest. So then, 15-14, and we're close to closing this one out now. For CLG, unless a miraculous swing of momentum suddenly arrives from the eLevate side. But, wow, Xp3, you know, on that FAMAS, looking pretty luxurious compared to the rest of his teammates on those pistols still. But he did save that, obviously, so a couple nades each. So it's definitely going to be a really stressful situation. Full grenades, it's so intimidating. Just full AKs, full grenades. Just even waiting for aggressive play. Then they're basically, I mean, CLG in a position where some teams would not take it as seriously, be like, oh, we won, guys, we've won. Let's just, you know, mess around a little bit. Just, you know, get one guy just kind of going out for frags, having some fun. But CLG are actually playing this completely just as they should be, with discipline. They're not doing any of that. They're focused. They don't want to give any openings or edges towards eLevate. Just you can see FNS is ready to, or FNS is ready to get that smoke in. Got the flash as well, so his teammates can get in upper really fast. As they were defensive initially, now the play comes in onto that bomb site. And so far, so good. Getting all the kills. It's soon to be over. Soon to be over here. There it is. All the kills are raining in, and pretty. It's a shame because we didn't really get to see the CT side of eLevate and CLG. They just kind of rolled them, but that's best of one Nuke. You said it at the start.
Yeah, you can't really take too much away from a best of one, where you have a strong CT side which completely shuts you out. You have a strong CT side, you win the pistol on the other half, and there's only so much you can take from that in a best of one Nuke. It's just the nature of the map, unfortunately. So it was a great showing by CLG. Nice to see they're back with the full roster, and a very solid performance from them. So going in the right direction now in the FACEIT League, following some difficult matches.
Yeah.
Sans Tarik previously.
Exactly. I mean, they must feel pretty relieved. It was a big difference when they didn't have Tarik, because it felt like the cohesion, team cohesion wasn't quite there. So I'm really excited to see them now with Tarik back, because that, as you said, kind of makes a world of difference to them. So yeah, a CLG, exciting team. CLG, big brand, big name, big performances are expected. I think out of all the new, or the kind of after the NA shuffle, I think the most eyes, or at least a lot of expectation has been placed upon them. And so it'd be really nice to see how far they can really take it. So, got more matches coming up here. Let's take a quick break to set the next one up. So we'll be with you guys right after the break here on FACEIT TV for the North American FACEIT League.